Okay, I wanted to give you guys some more details about um, what my expectations are as far as um, homework from the book. So how we're going to work through the book. Um, First I wanted to say it might seem kind of weird that you got a book called Investigations in Algebra when you guys have had algebra. Algebra is a requirement for this course. Um, the topic of algebra is much broader than um, the algebra you see in high school. It includes, as we've seen before when we were looking through the table of contents, it includes things like combinatorics, number theory. You can get into like group theory and some really cool, intense stuff. Going all the way through graduate school and beyond. So it's a really broad field, and pretty much involves um, anything that involves thinking about operations like addition and multiplication and more abstract versions of those, what those really mean. So as far as working through the book, what we're going to do is follow the author's original intent. Um, if you kind of read through pages 12 and 13, the author kind of lays out how the book is supposed to be used. So I just want to go over that really quickly. The basic idea is that the book is made to be worked through. Okay, that there are problems throughout the book, and what you need the way you need to handle this to be successful in this course is read through the book. When you get to a problem, do the problem, and I'll tell you which ones are expected for you to do. But whether you actually complete a problem or not, all the problems should be read through. And well, yeah, let me talk about the different kinds of problems. So there are exercises, experiments, and projects throughout the book. Exercises are for exercise, so they're basically practice. There are some that are marked with a hash mark in the book. So marked with one of these deals right here. Those are extra hard, and so I figure they should get extra credit. So I won't expect you to necessarily do the hash mark ones. I think it's helpful to at least take a stab or think about how you would approach those. But like I said, those will be extra credit ones. The experiments are open-ended problems, so they're more like the kind of problems that real mathematicians encounter, and that they don't necessarily have a ready answer. Mathematicians a lot of times tackle problems that nobody knows the answer to. So this will kind of give you a feel of what it's like to tackle something like that. And the projects are kind of, I think what the author had in mind with the projects was there were areas he kind of would like to have explored more. And it was just a way of saying, here's an area where that you could dive into some more. And if he'd had more room for the book, he might have stuck more in there about that. But definitely read all the projects, read all the experiments. For the experiments and the projects, I'll expect you to do about half of those. So the thing is, though, like I'm not going to be checking. I'm not going to ask you to send me a synopsis of the experiments or the projects that you didn't attempt to make sure you read them. But what I will say is that it's going to help you as you work through the book if you at least read every exercise, every experiment and every project. Do all the exercises, like I said, except the ones with the hash marks. And for the experiments and the projects, attempt half. If you, for the ones that you don't do, read them all and at least think about, how you would approach those problems, and that will help you as you work through the book. Another symbol that he has in the book is a stop sign. When you get to a stop sign, that means close the book and think for a little bit. Okay, that means you've covered a topic that's kind of heavy, and it's going to help you to take a pause and do some thinking. Okay. Another thing to keep in mind about the problems: some of these problems might take you a few hours or days. Okay, so give yourself time. Start. I suggest that you start on the problems. The early on in the week, and so that you have time for the longer ones when you get stuck with the longer ones. And you can always shoot me an email when you get stuck if you have questions. I'll respond within 24 hours for sure. Let's see what else. Okay. Well, let's take a look. Well, you know what? I'm gonna stop there, and then I'm gonna do another video on that's gonna show you exactly what I want to see as far as the homework examples. So I'm gonna stop now, and I'll talk to you in a bit.